Honestly, this is just gonna be a quick, simple video. I hope, and when I say quick and simple, I hope it's like 15 minutes or less, because I can ramble. I meant to do a video earlier this week, didn't happen. I'm kind of on the fly right now, so sorry if there's some background noise and things of that. But let's just get started, because you guys know how it is. So going into we're going into about Friday close here, coming up pretty soon, about 5 hours or so. And something I want to see here is we broke above here, which is what we wanted, and we did kind of the same thing here, and this went back down. We're getting about the same thing. So right now, this line right here that I have is a lower time frame line. We deviated above here. I think it's on it's on the 12 hour here. So we failed to break above here. We did, and now we're deviating back. So this is a bad sign so far. And as you can see, we were up, I think, 4% for the day roughly. Now we're in danger of being bearish for the day, and that's something that I want to take note of, because if that happens, we're probably going to go do something like this. So we'll probably go back to early 2100s. Excuse me. Something I've really kept an eye on for the past, I don't know, ever since it happened really, is this spot right here. And so let me get this for you. Get this rectangle tool. When a candle breaks up past something like this, so when it blows past a series of blocks and it closes above it, this is the breaker. And you guys probably heard me talk about these for a while. That means it's almost always, like literally 90% of the time, this breaks down. I'd say about 50% of the time, it breaks to the low of the candle before it, which is right here, which we did break here. But now that we're seeing weakness, there's a chance that it could come down here at the origin of the impulse, which is right here. So, and that would line up because this also broke above here as well. And that's what I'm looking at. This actually broke up twice. So half the time it retests here, the rest of the time it closes down here, and a combination of like 99% of the time. There's a reason I talk about it so often, is because there's just an insane high accuracy thing about it. That's like the only major price action thing that I focus on, being more of a trend trader. So I think we could retest down here. So if you did want to short this, I'm not saying you should, I would definitely wait for this to close and full exposure. I have a sell signal here. These sell signals here have averaged about 8 to 9% drop. So let's say if we do close around this level, I would probably put my stop right above here, and that's what I would do. 2.3, that's not typically favorable for me. I like to get it to at least 3, but this is a really good conservative short if that's something that you wanted to take. If I usually, this is not like strict TA anything, but I usually put it right at the top of where the label is. That tends to be a very accurate spot. Logically, I usually put it at the high as well. This is a little more of an aggressive thing. I usually put up a little higher to be conservative, or if I want to add on to it, if I feel a high conviction of it. Otherwise, I'd put it maybe right there. So you got a pretty good short opportunity here. Now, that may take a week to happen. I don't know. But that's what I see. If this deviates below here, I would not add on. I would. This is a short opportunity, and as much as I hate to say it. An alternative to this would be wait for this to come down, and you could long, I'd say, right here at this area right here. So long opportunity here. You could probably do this is a little bit of a conservative long, and you could make this go all the way up to 2,800. That's a good opportunity. If you want something a little more aggressive, I would target the low. Again, it's more aggressive for a reason. Or you could also, if this deviates back up, let's assuming this closes. If it closes above the line, this is invalid. If it closes below the line, now you have a deviation. If it does close below, you have a deviation, and then it breaks up, I would not long until you get to the next high once it turns high. And so that would be right here. The stop would be the previous low, wherever that would be. So if conservative here, I'd say aggressive right around there, depending on where this closes. And again, target the 2,800 area. So that's the three scenarios that I see right now. And that's just what it looks like for the weekend. I think we might fade for this weekend, so I just want to be cautious. And I'll run Ethereum, and then I'll run a few of these. Trying to clock in about 15 minutes. And I got about 10 minutes left here. So same thing set up for Ethereum. Daily time frame. We're right here at the middle of this little Fibonacci order block, as I call it. And how I measure this is I measure it from the top here of this little price action that we got. This was trending down, but still kind of ranging, so that qualifies. Top of the range is the first top here. Bottom of the range is either the low or the close, whichever makes the most sense in the context of this block. So now you got your order block formed. We went down here, we bounced back up, retested down from here, broke up into the middle. So now we're resisting here. We also got this wedge right here. We're still in this wedge. So what I see here is, just a second. All right. So as long as we're in this wedge, I'm not in the condition to long or short. I am long. I'm actually, excuse me, I'm long from about here. So I'm not adding any positions. I'm currently not closing any positions either, even though this might break. My analysis here is I'm not going to close this position until this breaks from this line. And even then, I might not even close it because I got in so low. Because my buy-ins are designed to be here for 1 to 2 years. So my instinct is rather just to short simultaneously while I hold. And it's worked before. So but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If we break above, which I was hoping that we close above, this is going to skyrocket. 12-hour looks better for this. And I just lost my long scenario. I would wait until this gets to a new high. And conservative, target outside this block. If you want something more aggressive, you could probably target right here in the middle of this area. And I don't really have a certain target for a short-term scenario, but I would probably say at the top of this block for 3.5 or 2,700 for a ratio of 5.83. So that's what I would do. More likely scenario is if this 12-hour closes short, I will be shorting. And let's say it stops right where it stops. So we have aggressive scenario. You could target the 3.4. More conservative, a 6% stop. I would target a minimum of the bottom of the range, but this is not an ideal scenario. So if you wanted an aggressive scenario within the range, this is it right here. Stop here, entry here, profit here. More likely scenario, I'd probably target right around here, mid 1500s, because this is where all this little gunk is. You also want to you could play it like this. The depth of the wedge, that's a pretty substantial wedge. But 24% from there would be about 1400. So you could target 1400. This is a very attractive position, honestly. And this would actually go in line with the same breaker that we had from Bitcoin. So I'm actually going to put an alert there to see if that turns out being true. So that's it with that. There's only two scenarios there that I feel comfortable with. So, and again, it's the weekend, so you don't really know. As far as, I'll do a couple of these. So as far as Ethereum versus Bitcoin, we still kind of ranging here. I mean, it's gaining and losing strength over and over again. It's just really best to look at it kind of like the 2-week picture. And it's starting to gain momentum. That could be due to the merge. So my focus really is on Ethereum and a lot of DeFi coins. Sorry if there's some background noise. I think we got construction going on. But I would be waiting for a break of this range here. And once it gets above here, this is my indication for like an alt season going on, especially with the merge coming up. It's too early to tell though, because this is a 2-week scenario. So that could be January, February next year. Some people don't think we're going to have anything till after the holidays later this year. I don't know. I don't play it like that. I just see the charts. So let's go to about 4 minutes left. So I'm gonna look at Solana. Same scenario we had. We had a break up, and this was the position I did have, and we faded below this pattern. And so this is probably a little more accurate. So as long as we're in this range, no dice. Above here, long. Below here, short. The stop would be the opposite side of the range. So let's say it broke up here. My stop would be here at this area. And something like this would be ideal if you wanted to short. Your short would be past below here. So let's say right there. And then your stop loss would be the high of this. So, and then you could probably target here. The problem is with a lot of these alts, the range, the entire generational low for this bear market is like we're so close to it, So let's say right now we're a 34% drop, which is significant. Like I'll give you that, but it's nowhere like 90% like it was. Like look how far we came. Last November we were at 258, and now we're at 40. If this gets above the green, I am buying so much SOL. It's not even funny. But right here, we're under a key resistance. It just makes sense to be chill. Maybe take off some risk. I follow the 4-day charts. We're still kind of bullish on here. So unless that breaks bearish, which that would take $37 to do, I'm just going to stay in the game, So, and that's how a lot of these setups are. Got a few minutes left. Daily chart on Avalanche looks okay, honestly, for above this level here at 25. Doing okay. Not concerned about this at all. 24 or 20, I don't know why I said 24K. $25. That's where I would heavily buy in. So that would be something like, let's just say right here, 25.60. Probably focus on something like this. This would be a long-term buy for me, honestly. And this would just be 1% risk, but I'd probably double or triple that. That doesn't necessarily work here in smaller time frames. So depending on how you play that is up to you. This looks bearish to me. If we break below 27, we're going down to this line. So it's something to keep in mind. I'm still, I am active in the charts now, but I'm not focusing below daily time frames just yet. I'm focusing on my high time frame stuff. So, and BNB, we had a lot of strength from BNB. It's still holding strong. I mean, and then we also broke above, let's see, this fib block. So, I mean, it might retrace down to 302. 302 is a good buy-in for that. And I just hit my 15-minute, but let's go through some of these really quickly. Right here, key resistance, right at this, channel. This is a short, possible. Could get a high risk short opportunity to 1090. Other than that, I would probably keep it safe and just wait for along of this range. Maybe target something like this. If you get it, I would certainly probably wait to the weekend. You might not even get it because it could be like a Sunday morning play when you're too busy to look at it. But that's that. Atom is kind of more boring ones right now. Matic, super short looking for a bullish looking structure. As you can see, that's kind of what I had there. I would have got stopped out. I didn't take that. But this is, so I did have a short opportunity here. That might be why I placed that there. So aggressive, like a three risk to reward scenario. That's something that I would do. Again, we had that break up. We did technically retest, I guess. So this may not happen, but this is what I would do. And again, usually with these signals, if they're not valid, we usually retest them on the way up. So that means I would probably do something like this. And whatever your take profit would be there. And we've fallen about 1% on Sol as it is. So that's that. Let's do maybe three more. I had this position ready to go, but we're still in that channel. Again, same as Ethereum. Breaks above, super long that sucker. Breaks below, cut or hedge or sell. Whatever you gotta do. Right now, it's got that sell signal. So if this does break up, it'll retest at the 9.5 region, actually, which it just did. So I would play the break on that. Near, I think I covered, but this is kind of the setup here. As long as we stay above 540, I'm not concerned. I'm playing this. I might take profits here at the top of this range, and that should be actually up there. Or no, it should be right here because I got this. So this one should be down as well. And that would be my final take profit if it reached up there. Not sure what else I had. Let's see. So I can get some good ones. Theta is often talked about a lot. Had this range here. We broke up. We're still holding. So as long as this doesn't go below, I mean, that long is still valid. Now, that's a pretty easy one, honestly. If it breaks below, I would close your position. If not, this is a perfect place to get in long term. Theta is still going strong. I mean, it's been around for some time, and I think that's roughly it. I got some other ones. Ave is looking good. We just broke out. I think we might go back to this range. High 90s before we break out on that. And I think that's about it. I am looking at, where's it at here? Looking at comp as well, but again, we're in the channel. A lot of these are they're in a channel or they're above a range, getting ready to decide if they want to continue or deviate. And right now, going into weekend, it's looking a little weak. So we'll see. I think Friday morning markets will give a good indication on what to do. I would be cautious if we start pumping on Saturday. Usually we get a lot of shenanigans on Saturday nights, Sunday mornings. But other than that, I think I covered a few of the basics. So Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time.